Teacher, hello.
Okay. I think in the case okay. So cash book. This is the first prime entry book that we are going to study. Okay. So in cash book, you know all the receipts and payments of cash are recorded, right? All the receipts, whatever the cash you are receiving or whatever the cash you are paying outside will be recorded in the cash book. Okay, only the cash payments and cash receipts are recorded. Okay, not the credit payments, not the credit receipts, right? Only cash receipts and cash payments are recorded in cash book. Okay, this is one of the prime entry books, right? So what are the cash receipts that you can see in a business, that you can get in a business? Give me some examples for cash receipts in a business. You have already recorded the transactions and or we have learned to record the transactions in the cash book. So can I get some examples of cash receipts of a business? Whatever the transactions that you are entering on your debit side will be the cash receipts. So on your debit side, what are the transactions you record? What are the transactions you record on your debit side? Yeah, please.
Drawings.
Is drawings cash receipts?
Credit side.
Okay, I'm asking cash receipts of a business. Income, whatever the transactions that you record on your debit side will be the cash receipt. So what are the cash receipts of a business? Can you remember
Capital.
cash? Okay, capital, owner's capital, cash
Bank
sales.
loan.
Okay, yeah, sales, through sales you will get income, no? Some kind of income you get. Okay, so cash sales will be the cash receipt of a business. And when you get cash from your debtors, when the debtors pay you, so that will be cash receipt. Borrowing money, if you borrow money from someone, from your friend or from someone, you will get cash into the business, right? Cash is coming inside the business. So that is borrowing money or getting bank loan. Yes, as you told, getting bank loan is also cash receipt. Okay, so cash receipts for rent income, invest income, and income on commissions. Yes, all types of income will be cash receipts of a business, right? So when you rent a building, you will get income from the rent. Okay, so when you put an investment, when you invest, so you will get an investment income, right? Income on commission. So these are the cash receipts of a business, right? These receipts are recorded on debit side or credit side. These cash receipts are recorded on debit or credit side of the cash book. Which side?
Debit side.
Debit side. Okay. The next one, examples for payments a business makes. Okay. The cash is going out, outflow of the cash. outflow of the cash in a business, right? Those are called payments. So what are the payments that a business can make? One is while purchasing goods. While purchasing goods, business will make payments, right? Business will pay the suppliers, right? So that is a payment for a business. Next one, repayment of bank loans or loans, whatever the loans taken by the business, obtained by the business, have to be repaid. So if the repayment is done by cash, that is payment. That is one of the payments of a business, right? And the other one, cash payment to creditors. Paying cash to the creditors. Creditors means the persons who bought the persons who supplied goods without taking money, without taking cash from us. Anyway, we have to pay that. No? In future, we have to pay them, right? So we have to, when we pay that cash to the creditors, so that will be the payment in a business, right? When you pay your creditors, that is one of the payments, right? Payments made for expenses such as salaries for employees, electricity. Yes, electricity. When you pay your electricity bill, when you pay your water bill, the business electricity and business water bill. Okay, and when you pay your salaries, your cash is going out of the business. So those are payments, right? And also payments made for purchasing fixed assets such as furniture, equipment. Okay, so when you buy non-current assets for the business like machineries, motor vehicles, furnitures, equipment, or air conditioners, right? When you buy non-current assets for the business, you will make a payment there, right? So those payments are also um, resulting to cash outflow, right? Next one, withdrawal of cash by the owner for personal use. Yes, drawings. Drawings will come under the payments, right? Cash is going out of the business. Even though owner is taking, okay, owner is taking the money, the cash from the business, anyway, the cash is going out of the business, right? Cash is going out of the business. So drawings will be under payments. You have to consider drawings as the example for payments, right? So payments will be recorded on credit side of the cash book. All the receipts, all the cash receipts are recorded on debit side, and all the payments, cash payments are recorded on the credit side of the business, right? So these are the few examples for cash receipts and cash payments that a business can make, right? So, right. So, when you're recording these cash receipts and payment in the cash book, you need some evidence. You need some evidence to record those transactions. You can't just keep those transactions in your mind and record it, right? You can't keep all the transactions in your mind and record it. You need some evidence to record your receipts and payments of cash by the business. Okay, so those evidences, we call it as source document. Okay, those evidences are called source document. So here, receipts. You get a receipt when you prepare a receipt when you get money, when cash is coming into the business, cash is flowing into the business, you prepare a receipt. Okay, so that will help you. If you prepare a receipt, that will help you in future to record this transaction in the cash book. When you prepare a receipt, at the moment when you receive cash, at the moment when you receive cash, um, when you prepare a receipt, what will happen? It will help you to record the transaction in the cash book in future. Otherwise, you won't have any evidence. Like say, say a debtor is paying you. Okay, a debtor is paying you. You're the business person. Okay, you're the businessman. A debtor is paying you. Say rupees 100,000. Debtor is paying you rupees 100,000. So you got that money, and that person also went. Debtor went. You got that money, right? You don't have any evidence of taking that money, or you don't have any evidence that the debtor has paid you the money. So what will happen? One day he will come and say you that I have paid you 120,000. Like that he will argue with you. I paid you 120,000. You're saying 100,000, but you can remember. Still, you're a business person. You can remember that he has only paid 100,000. One day he is coming and telling you that I have paid 120,000. Like that he will be fighting with you. If you don't have records, there will be so many problems. If you have records at that point, you can show your record. You can show your record to that debtor that you have paid this amount on this date, okay, like this, and you will be getting the signature also. When the debtor was paying, you will be getting the signature also. Okay, so you can show that evidence to the debtor when there is a problem, right? If you don't have any receipts or any evidence, there will be problem inside the business. Okay, and also when you have to maintain a proper book, right? Cash book and ledger books should be maintained, right, properly inside the business. It should be maintained properly, right? Why? For the future plan of the business. For the future plan only, we are recording all this information, right? By looking at the information in the cash book, in the ledger book only, you will see whether the business is going under loss or whether the business is going under profit. Okay, so those things can be determined with the help of the source, with the help of the primary books and the main ledger. Okay, so what do you have to do? You have to record everything. So to record everything, you need source documents. Okay, you can't keep everything in your mind and record, or you can't keep, you can't write at the moment. So you need some source documents. So when you receive cash, as a businessman, okay, you're think that you are the businessman, right? So yeah, when you receive money, what do you have to do? Immediately you have to prepare a document, a source document called receipt. Immediately you have to make it. Okay, so we'll look into detail about this receipts. When a business receives cash, the business would issue a source document called receipt. You see, when a business receives cash, when you receive cash, immediately you will issue a document called receipt to the party who gave money to the business as evidence for such a receipt. So if that debtor is paying you 100,000 rupees, you will be immediately preparing that receipt, immediately preparing the receipt, and you will be giving a copy to the debtor who has paid you. You will be giving him the receipt. Okay, a serial number in consecutive order is printed on it. Yes, the receipt will have a serial number. Okay, with so this will help you to for your reference. Serial number will be help you for your reference, right? So okay, so further, this receipt is issued with the details such as date of cash receipt, the reason why it was received. You see the date, there is a space for date. When did you receive the money? Okay, when did you receive the cash? So the date should be mentioned. The reason why it was received. Why did you receive that particular amount? Okay, reason should be mentioned. Okay, and the amount received and the signature of the cashier. Okay, whatever the amount received, right? Whether the amount is received by cash or check, you have to write the amount in numbers and in words. Okay, so those things should be here in numbers and here in words, right? Those things should be done. And signature of the cashier is must. Very, very important. Signature of the cashier. Okay. So prepared by whom? Checked by whom? There will be two persons preparing the receipt and checked by. Okay. So another person will check. Signature of the authorized officer. Right? Okay. Okay, so in a receipt, all these details should be mentioned, right? One is serial number, date, address, amount in words, amount in number, uh, signature of the cashier. Okay, so all these should be mentioned in the receipt. This is also known as the cash receipt or cash memo. Okay, so we give the name to this. What is that? Cash receipt or cash memo, like this. Okay, so receipt is the written evidence of cash received by the business. A duplicate of the receipt should be received by the accounts branch, and it should be used as a source document to record the receipt of cash in the cash book. Okay, so when you prepare this receipt, the original will be given to the debtor. The original will be given to the debtor. Yeah, for in my example, if debtor is paying you 100,000, you will be filling up all these blanks and giving the original paper, giving the original receipt to the debtor. So when you give the original, you should also have a copy of it, right? You should also have a copy of it. Why? Why should you have a copy of the receipt? To enter the details in your records, in your accounts books, isn't it? You should enter the details in your accounts books. So that copy should be sent to the accounts branch, or to the person who is doing the accounting inside the business, right? So the copy should be sent there, and the original will be given to the person who is paying you, right? So receipts can be prepared in different formats according to the nature and requirement of the business. So this is not the exact format. This is not the exact format, but you should know these details should be there in your receipt. This is not the exact format. Okay. So different businesses will be using different formats, right? The formats might change, but these details should be there. Serial number should be there, date should be there, the address should be there. Okay, the signature should be there. Okay, amount should be there. So all this should be mentioned in the receipt, but it might change. The formats might be changed. The receipt with thanks, all the sentences might be changed. Okay, according to the business. Sometimes they will make like this. Okay, this kind of cash memo can be made, right? So format is not specific, but all the details should be there in the receipt. Then only you can enter or you can refer it in future. So understood this one. This is an example for receipt. Here Anoma Bookshop, 82 Aralia Road, Maharagama. Telephone number is mentioned. Okay, serial number. This is whose address? Whose address? The business's address or the person who is paying the cash? Whose address is that?
Person who is paying the cash.
No. This is
Business
prepared by
address.
whom? Yeah, this is prepared by whom? Only the business person is preparing, right? The business person is receiving the cash and he is only saying receive with thanks, like that he is only saying. Okay, so this is the address of the business, address and details of the business, and he will be writing the date, amount in words, receivable for the invoice number, for which bill, for which invoice this cash has been paid. Okay, already when he was, if I take the example, debtor, okay, debtor already he has purchased goods from you. That's why he is a debtor, right? He didn't pay you, but he has already purchased goods from you. He has taken the goods from you. He didn't pay you. Okay, now he has come to pay you, right? The debtor came to you to pay the amount, the previous amount. So at the time when you were giving the goods, you would have prepared a invoice, right? Invoice, you call it as bill. Okay, invoice will be provided to the debtor when he was purchasing the goods. So in that invoice, you will be mentioning what are the items he has purchased, what is the quantity of goods he has purchased, what is the price, total price, everything will be mentioned in the invoice, right? So now when you are receiving the cash for that particular invoice, you have to write down the invoice number here. Okay, write down that invoice number here. And also you should mention whether the cash is paid, whether the money is received by means of cash or check. And in number, who has prepared, who has checked it, and signature of the authorized officer. Everything should be there, right? This is the format of the cash memo. Okay, address of the business, date, serial number, name to whom you are supplying the goods, okay, item number, description. If I am coming to buy from you, you will write my name here, okay. The description of the goods, quantities, unit price, total value, everything will be mentioned here. Cash memo, right? This is cash memo. This is not the invoice, huh? This is not the invoice. Invoice also has the same format. Invoice has also has the same format, but this is cash memo. Why? When you give this to me, I will be immediately paying to you. I will be immediately paying to you, right? Okay. So that is a format. Activity 1. Right. So they are asking you to collect all the receipts. When you go to a shop, definitely you will be getting the receipts, right? Like supermarkets, uh, where to the textile shops and all. When you go and purchase your goods, they will give you the receipts. Okay. So they are asking you here in the activity, they are asking you to collect such receipts and uh, to check whether all these details are there in the receipts. Okay. Have you seen such a bill, such a receipt? Have you seen? At least I think in this format you might have seen, isn't it?
Yes.
This format, no? You
Yeah.
you have not seen this one.
No.
No. Okay, but when you ask your sister, she might have seen this one because inside the business, most of the time they will be using this kind of format. Okay, right. For supermarkets, for grocery shops, and all, for the textile shops, they will be using this kind of format. Right. Next, the payment voucher. Payment voucher means the document, the source document, which helps you uh, to enter your payments. To enter your payments, right? You have paid. You have paid, say, electricity bill or water bill, right? You have paid an electricity bill or water bill. You will be getting the payment voucher. Payment voucher means after the payment has been done, you will be getting a small piece, right? Have you ever paid your electricity bill, Shanuja? No.
No.
Have you seen that your mother has paid the electricity bill?
No.
Okay. Does she pays in the bank or in the electricity board?
Electricity board.
Then you will definitely get a payment voucher. Definitely you will get, right? The remaining part will be there. If you get a full electricity bill, they will tear one part and take it off. The remaining part will be given to you. So that will be acting as a payment voucher for you, right? So here, the payment voucher is a document prepared by businesses with the relevant details as an evidence that cash payments are made. Which also should be authorized by a responsible officer, right? So when you're making a payment as a business, right, you always have to think about a business, that you are a business person, right? You are inside the business now. Okay, now you are going to pay a bank loan. Okay, you are going to pay bank loan, say rupees mm, 150,000. Okay, rupees 150,000 you're going to pay as bank loan. So cash is going out of the business. Cash is going out of the business. So you immediately you will be asking someone to pay it, right? You're not going to go out. So you're inside the business. You will be asking someone to pay it, right? So once you give that money to that person, when you give that money to that person, immediately you should prepare the payment voucher. Okay, immediately you must prepare the payment voucher. About the details, you should mention the details. For what purpose I have given the money, what is the amount I have given, whether it is a check or cash, or okay, if it is a check, you have to write down the check number. Okay, so to whom you're paying, if it is a bank or if it is a particular person, right, you have to write down the name. If it is a particular person, you have to write down the name. Okay, so all these things should be mentioned when you're making the payment, right? So every payment voucher is given a consecutive serial number. Here also you have a serial number, okay, for your reference. This is a written evidence of such payments because it should be authorized by a responsible person. So you can't just take 150,000 from your drawer and pay it. You can't just do that. There should be a person who is authorizing this one. Okay, one should authorize this, at least the manager or the owner. Okay, someone should authorize this payment, right? After authorizing only you can make the payment. You can't just do payments while you're working inside the business, right? So the authorized person should make his signature here, put his signature here, then only it is approved. Otherwise you can't make this payment, right? So there is no commonly accepted format. Okay, so for the payment voucher also, this is not the exact format. This is just an example, right? So it differs from business to business. So some businesses will be doing different activities, right? So according to their activities, the payment vouchers, the receipts, the formats will differ. Okay, but they, whatever the details needed should be mentioned inside the format. So this is the example for payment voucher. Name of the company, serial number, to pay whom, to which company you're going to pay, or to which customer you're going to pay. Okay, this is the name of your company, and here you have to write to whom you're going to pay and for what purpose you're paying, what is the amount, date. If it is paid by check, check number, signature of preparer. If you're preparing, you should place a signature here. The authorized officer should place a signature here. Signature of certifying officer. So another two witnesses. Okay, so they should sign this one. Understood? Clear? Any doubt? Hello?
No doubts.
Right. So write down the heading, Chapter 8, the cash book and the petty cash book. The cash book and the petty cash book.
Okay.